Welcome back. It's the weekend, and what better way to relax than with an ice cold beer?
No better.
Yes, when it comes to your beer, do you ever think of buying local?
We are celebrating the best of independent Irish brewing now with some of the best indie beers on the market.
And joining us with his favourite beers this morning is beer expert Peter Mosley. Good morning to you, Peter. Thanks for joining us today.
Good to be with
So
you.
we're all beer fans here.
Great, excellent.
These independent beers are some of your favourites. So
Yeah, these are
what
just-
boxes do they tick for you?
Well, they're well-brewed beers. They've all got well-balanced flavours, interesting flavours. They're not necessarily my favourites, but this is much to highlight the range and breadth of beers that are coming from all over the country, from Kerry, from Donegal, Longford, Waterford here. So it's just to show that range of beers. There's some excellent beers coming out in the
So we're
market.
starting in the Kingdom of Kerry.
That's right, yes. So this is the Kildorca from Sigbrick Brewery.
Love the label on this one.
Old school,
It's very
isn't it?
unusual, isn't it? It's got real...
I think she designed it herself, actually. She's
It's very old school, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
there you go.
This is
I think, Anna,
Ballyfair.
you made the
That's
point
right.
when we were chatting
We're
about
talking
beers
about.
last
That's
week.
right, yes.
About the labels being really imaginative.
They're really
and inventive.
arty and creative, aren't they?
Yeah, because there's so
There's a
many
standard.
beers on the market. So what grabs your attention? Of course,
Exactly,
it's
and the names
market.
are brilliant as well.
Right, chin chin.
Talk us through this one then, Peter. It's a stout, is it?
It's, well, porter. I think she describes it as. So it's a nice malt flavour, good coffee, chocolate
wow.
note coming through, particularly on the aroma, and a bit of vanilla in the flavour and the sweetness, all quite
Getting that
smooth.
bit of chocolatey, dark chocolate there.
Yeah, you do actually.
You
It's all
really
the,
do.
it's all the
normally I
roasted
pretend, but you
dark
do.
malt that they're putting in
Lovely
there.
roasted flavour there. Strength-wise,
About 5%. And that's about 5%, yes.
yeah. And this is a small brewery down in
Very
near
small,
Dingle.
2-barrel,
Coffee.
sort of as 2-barrel brewery.
Yeah.
Now up to 5 barrels, which would be about 800 litres production length at any one time.
And I suppose what we're trying to do, Peter, is make people mindful of choosing a local beer, because when you go into your local off licence, it's very easy to just be bombarded with choice, isn't it?
There's a lot of choice now at the moment, and there's lots of imported beers, but people should be looking at the domestic market. There's some excellent beers coming out, and there's a massive range of beers. There's wit beers, Belgian-style beers, sour beers, amber ales.
Countless.
Countless
Yes.
different
For every-
styles,
every
really.
flavour.
For every sort of flavour, every taste. But these businesses are, it's a very difficult market for them to operate in. But they're generating local employment. They're real artisans and passionate about the products.
We
they
came
make.
live from the Craft Beer Festival for this show a couple of years ago, and the passion.
Oh yeah, if
that people
there's
have
one
for their
thing brewers
brand.
have in spades is
They love what they do.
passion.
Yeah, they
No
really do
wonder.
love it.
And none finer, may I say, than the good people at Kinnegar.
Oh, I thought
Here
you
we
would let
go.
you do that intro.
If it's not
County
Australia,
Donegal.
it's Donegal.
Yeah, the Donegal
who
World Series.
genuinely make really good stuff. So tell us about this one, Scraggy
Well,
Bay.
this is a more modern style. It's an IPA. So it's a style that's evolved in the last sort of 20 years, really. And in Ireland, it's become particularly successful in the last sort of 5 years, really.
Scraggy Bay.
We made a beer a bit like this about 15, 20
No
years
taking
ago.
the mick.
Daniel does.
And there was no interest in it. So it's interesting the way it's evolved.
But Jello, will you pop down and get us 2 bottles of Scraggy Bay, will you?
Like everyone in Donegal. And Daniel.
Don't mind him, Daniel, if you're watching.
Oh, that
Pretty good,
smells
pretty good
gorgeous.
impersonation.
Yeah, the hop aroma's really coming
Oh,
through.
wow.
Really nice,
So this is
fresh.
so this again is about 5.3%. It's all about the hops on this beer. It's unfiltered, bottle conditioned. Well, maybe bottle conditioned. No, yes, it is naturally carbonated.
It's expecting that to be sweet, Peter, but it's actually not.
No, the malt flavour's
Yeah.
quite. It's not overwhelming, but there's nice sweetness
It's
and
not bitter in
balance.
any way.
Not tremendously.
It's lovely
No.
smooth
No, there's a
flavour to
citrusy
it.
kind of
Yeah.
smell and taste.
That's
to
all
it,
coming
isn't
from the
there?
hops.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
This is a particularly nice example of this style,
Yeah.
actually.
Best of hops in Donegal. Best of hops.
Well,
I'm
moving
glad
on
it's a
now.
good one, Tommy. You would have been devastated, wouldn't you?
Well, if you were all spitting it out, I would have stormed off the show. Where are we going next?
Okay, Longford. For
I
St.
met,
Mels
I met
Brewery.
these boys, the St. Mels boys, at I was cooking at the Tasty Cabin last year, and the lads had a stand there. And exactly what you said, Peter, talk about passionate about what they do.
Yeah.
These are so proud, the guys down in St. Mels, of
Well,
this.
Liam and Owen, they've
great guys.
Yeah, really interesting beers they're making, really well crafted.
And this is called St. Mel's Hells.
Hells, yes. So Hells is a style of lager.
Okay.
So it's got malt character with not overwhelming, but again with a bit of sweetness and very smooth bitterness, dry, smooth.
German
bitterness
style, the
from
Hells.
the German noble hops they're using.
He did read his notes, Peter. Did you see
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Well, if you go to Germany now, they'd have the Hellas would be
Really.
But you do like your craft beers.
Well, I like
There's not much he doesn't like, in fairness. His eyes crossed when he saw the whiskey earlier.
mushrooms.
Kidneys, yeah. Do you dislike anything, Tommy?
There is one thing you refused to eat once. I can't remember what it was, but I remember you throwing your toys out of the cot one time because you didn't want to eat it.
Turnips.
Was it turnips?
Turnips, my only thing.
Is it
Meanwhile,
your
back at the
thing?
beer, Peter. Yeah, let's not talk about turnips yet. What
this
should we
would
be
be-
getting from this, Peter?
Well, this is
digress.
it's sweet, it's carbonated. The sweets again nicely balanced with the malt character that's there,
Yeah.
and it's in this time of the year, it's a really enjoyable drink to drink.
Yeah.
It's kind of lighter, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's 5% again.
Okay.
But it's lager is a style of beer that's often overlooked by
Yeah.
brewers and by the public,
Yeah.
because it's because of reputation
Yeah.
that
It's there's a
precedes it.
snobbery.
Lager,
Exactly, there's a bit of
lager.
snobbery,
Yes.
yeah. Whereas well-brewed lager is, it's world class, really. A well-made lager.
And finally, we go to
Dungarvan Brewery with
This is a red ale.
Red ale,
Garvin,
yes.
they do. This is Copper Coast
That's right.
brewery, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a small brewery again, producing this. They're a family-owned business, and they've been producing some excellent beers for about 8 years now, I think.
great colour, isn't it?
They're a big success as well. I've seen
are,
them
yeah.
in supermarkets and
Yeah.
around the place.
Yeah, I think they export a little bit as well. They've all the brewers, but this guys as well are doing a good bit of volume locally. They're
Yeah.
really focused on
I have
dealing
one
with
here,
local
thank you.
businesses.
Peter, this is, I don't know a huge amount about red ale, so is it going to be heavier?
It depends.
Then it's
This one's
predecessor
not
then.
tremendously heavy. It's a little bit sweetness, a bit of caramel from the malts coming in. It's not overly hopped driven. It's all about keeping all the different flavours married together and working well. So it's a smoothie.
There's a little bit of carbonation
nice and
there. It's a
smooth,
little
isn't
It is, yeah.
kick there. It's not like totally flat like some red beers.
No, well, this is bottle conditioned
Really?
again. So it's the
top-
CO2
very
evolves
close.
during the maturation
Caramel.
in the bottle. So it gives a nice bit of life and lift to all the different flavours. And it's just a pleasant, well-made, it's good red ale example of the style. Sometimes red ales can be very sweet and cloying.
And overpowering almost. This is quite
and
light, actually.
you don't want that sweetness of flavour.
So it's about that balance,
exactly,
isn't it,
yeah,
of
that's
flavours?
key to this.
Strength
yes.
of that one, Peter.
4.2, so that's a
Okay.
lot lighter.
And this is the
Presumably-
most, oh no, the first one was the most expensive, $4.50.
Yeah, this is about 450.
Okay.
It's available very well. It's very well available around the Dingle Peninsula. I think there are a lot of draft accounts there. Kinniger is probably national. In fact, all these other beers are probably have a more national.
I presume your
availability.
favourite's the Donegal one, is it?
Well, he has to, doesn't he?
Has to be. Laura?
I like the St. Mel's Hells.
There you
was
go.
I'm with
quite
you on
sweet.
that, actually.
And I'm
Yeah,
going
I
the
like
same
that.
bells. Yeah.
Yeah.
Refreshing.
But they're all lovely. They're all really nice. And best of luck to all of
They're
them.
all lovely
Families.
beers.
You're all winners.
So very happy to hear that.
Bags not doing the washing up.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks,
No,
Peter.
Simon's
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, Peter.